She has not joined yet? Okay.
She'll be on soon.
Okay, Hannah Watson from SMPDC will be via Zoom shortly. Next is a public hearing. I'll open that up for Berwick Small Engines. Conditional use, 74 School Street, U002, Lot 9, Zone VO. Just want to come up and just give us a quick description again.
Sure,
And,
absolutely. I'll just hold it, no need for the tripod. So we did the walkthrough earlier today, and as you guys saw, the new building is proposed to go here. We did flip that. Instead of being 30 feet across, we're doing 24 by 30. And from the parking, we said that we did have to move that building back about 6 feet. And there will be the fence here. Then the rest of the property will also be fully fenced in. 96-gallon toters for trash, single stream recycling, stuff like that. And then I just had a few things that like before and afters, if you guys need to see anything like that, or nope. All right. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know.
We'll just see if there's any public comment, and then we'll just go from there.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. I don't think there's anyone on Zoom. Okay, seeing how there's no one in the public to give a public comment, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
I will second.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor? All right, public hearing is now closed. Next up is the first public comment. Also seeing no one in here, we will close that public comment. Next is approval of minutes. First one is January 18th, 2024. There's two people that will not be voting on this, and that is Les and Dawn.
An opportunity to review the minutes as drafted. I find them to be complete, and I would make a motion to approve.
I will second that.
Okay, further discussion? All right, so since Les is on Zoom, we will be doing a roll call vote. I know that he won't be voting, but since, like I said, since he's on Zoom, we will be doing roll call votes today. So, Dawn, you weren't there, so you're abstaining. Jerry?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
I am a yes. Phil?
I made the motion, yes.
And Rick?
I'm a yes.
Okay. Approved. January 18th. February 1st. The only person that cannot vote on this is Les, as he was not here.
Again, I've had an opportunity to review the minutes as drafted. They are an accurate depiction of our meeting. I would make a motion to approve.
Second that motion.
Okay, further discussion? Roll call vote. Dawn?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Phil?
I am a yes.
And Rick?
Yes.
All right. Minutes are approved. Now, old business, Berwick Small Engines, conditional use, 74 School Street, U002, Lot 9, Zone VO. All right, you come on up again.
Is that in front of us?
I don't know if I need any of this or not.
Nope, you don't need any of that.
No.
So going over the stuff, we did the site walk, everything seemed pretty good there. Like you said, you're just moving some stuff a little bit further back.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty straightforward at this point.
Renee, did you end up going with the larger building size?
As long as the foundation price comes in at what I was told I can get it done for, then yes, I will do the larger.
Okay. So,
If not, then it will remain the 20 by 30.
okay, if I may to the board, Rennie was in today talking with me, and depending on the price difference that you just heard, he may opt for, what you said you put the bigger size building?
I did, yes.
on
There was the
it.
stake from the right to left would be the right side of the building to the 20-foot mark. And if I can get the lock in the quote for the larger 24, that was the second stake out. I did receive one quote for $27,000 to do that, the foundation and the floor, and then I received another one for $14,000. So if we can lock the 14 in, I'm doing that one.
Okay.
So what I would like, because this is something James and I were discussing with Rennie, and I don't know, Hannah might be able to weigh in and just answer me quickly, but what I was hoping for is that maybe even if we just do it in the finding of facts, that the building, that there be a statement that the building be no larger than, rather than lock him in at that large building, so that if he decides to go with the smaller building, I'd like to make sure that I can approve that smaller building without him having to come back and see you guys for an amendment. Is that something I'd be able to do anyways, Hannah? We weren't really sure. Or can we just put it in the finding of facts that with the building to be no larger than the maximum size that they're going to approve if they approve this?
If you're going to, I guess it isn't necessarily required that you put a building. I guess, but you're putting the site plan. Yeah, I'd say no larger than whatever the size is, because the other option is just a smaller version of what you would propose, I guess.
It's just a smaller, the difference being whether he has to go the full frost wall foundation or can do a monolithic slab. That's,
Yeah. I'd probably just put a no larger than
if
whatever,
the
but
board is comfortable with that, I would like to have it worded that way for Rennie's convenience and the board's convenience as well. if you
The larger scale had appropriate setbacks and everything from abutting properties?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and then, so if he doesn't go with that, it would just be a matter of whether or not I can approve a permit for a smaller building versus, and I just wanted to save everybody a little headache if you guys do opt to approve this. And that's my only 2 cents on it. Thank you.
So you had said that the fire department was there to take a look at.
The existing garage, correct.
Right.
So I was able to get the home occupancy permit
Okay.
to, no customers, work out of that. And I guess we're here to see about building the storefront, the slight retail, where we would offer new blades, oil, bird seed, seasonal tools, things like that.
Also, if you're going to do this, when are you going to do it? When did this start? A little warmer weather.
No, as soon as I can lock in that foundation. So I've been kind of like waiting for you guys to say, yes, approved. And then I can start contacting the people that I've gotten quotes for and start getting the ball rolling. I would love to be open by like June, I would say. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but that's what I would love to see, because we have a lot of people who come up from Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, and they jump from 16 right up through Berwick to get up to the main turnpike. So to get a lot of those touristy people in, so that would be nice to be open by then. But as we know, wrenches can be thrown in things, and I may find there's 6 feet of ledge underneath this little property I got, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's always that.
Right? Yeah.
So just to get it kind of on the record, I was at the site walk and everything looked great. Your plan is to have a roughly 20-foot curb cut.
Yep.
And some parking spots out front. And no sign on the street, but a sign on the building, the new building, so that there won't be any interference on the street with any kind of sign or anything.
Correct.
And your garbage is going to go out back, hidden out of the way.
Yep.
I'm just trying to review everything that we kind of
Yep.
talked about today. From my perspective, I see no issues.
So based on that, I would make a motion that we approve this project with the caveat that we put in terms no larger than for the building, and put those larger dimensions down. So that gives them some flexibility and gives code flexibility.
I would second that motion.
Okay, further discussion? Okay, roll call. So Les? You
Yeah,
hit the
unmute.
space bar.
Unmute yourself, my friend.
Yes, I would vote in favor of this.
Okay. Don?
Yes.
Jerry? Paul?
Yes.
Myself is a yes. Phil?
I'm a yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Go forth and conquer.
Thank you, guys. I still gotta ask the wife permission, though.
Smart man.
All right, so there is no new business, so moving to land use ordinance amendments, the final. So this is the last meeting we have to discuss, and we need to vote on this.
We don't force through this thing right now.
Did I read earlier, Jerry
You guys-
had a definition for steep slope as well, in addition to this one. I didn't have eyes on that one yet. You're- You did?
Carrie, and then she,
Yeah,
did she
send
send
it
it
out.
already?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I may not have
Yeah, it was
printed it
emailed.
out. So do we want to merge these two, or
Just to
what
go
was
along
the?
with what you said, Phil, I checked with our civil engineers. They said it's a hard thing to define, just like they had said
Yep.
during the meeting. But she said the one that I sent is one they use for reference a lot because it kind of lays out, different scenarios that the town, could face when they're trying to
Mhm.
go through all this as far as distances and everything else goes, so.
And it's already used in other
Yeah,
municipalities.
Bolton Borough, New Hampshire, is where it
Okay.
came from.
Yep.
But she said that was a good definition, and they refer to that a lot.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to look at the email from Dennis Jackson about the steep slope?
Just read
Yes.
it.
That's all right, yeah.
Seem to be in agreement with the definition.
Yeah, just as, because it only it's only used in terms of erosion hazard and access safety.
Yeah.
And they said a lot of it has to do with the land that you're looking at and how it's laid out. So you can't just, there's not one thing that would define it all.
There's no standard definition for
Right.
it.
This is yours.
Yeah, there's like multiple.
It's all.
I didn't receive a copy of that. Other definition.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, so with the farmland thing, we're not gonna, that's gonna be going on to the next.
Oh, it's gonna-
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna,
Okay.
it came in late, and then
Yeah.
I guess something happened, someone said something, and we'll discuss this after.
Yeah.
So when we start amending for next vote,
Next year.
then we'll work on that.
Okay. So we're going to table that one.
Yeah.
So the steep slope that is in here currently under definitions, is that what we're going with? Or
That's what seemed to be adequate for what we needed.
Okay.
That I talked with James, and that's what he said as well. If it was for something more than just what we're asking, because it's only for erosion hazard and access safety. If it was for actual developing the site, then it would be a different issue.
Okay. So we're looking for a motion?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we've already kind of gone through this. I was just making sure that everything is
Yeah,
on
we'll look
here.
at it.
I'm reading this one on temporary structure, and it's a little confusing. Any structure that is used only temporarily for a maximum of 180 days, that is not permanently affixed to the ground, or to any structure that is permanently affixed to the ground. So it seems to me that what we're trying to say is it has to have a foundation and to be called a permanently affixed.
It has to either, it has
Structure.
to be either permanently attached to the ground or attached to something that is permanently attached to
Okay.
the ground. So this temporary structure thing would be apply to things like Conex containers,
Now,
greenhouses.
do those
the pool
containers, let's say it's a Conex container, do those containers come through planning? Or do they get a certificate to allow them to be put on the property? I mean,
At this point?
we do it for
my-
sheds.
to
Well,
my
you can
knowledge-
put up to one container on your property without getting through the planning board. If you're gonna put more than one, then you need to go through us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of going through the planning board, but just getting, going through the town and getting
They're not required to be permitted.
a
That's been,
a permit for it.
yeah, they're not required. That's
Okay.
something that's been,
Because, and I don't want to change the language, I'm just trying to get my head around this. Because I'm thinking that if we knew when they did it, then we could count 180 days. But they can say, oh, that was only here, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it doesn't have any teeth.
And then, what do you do?
No.
Start three.
You can find out, because if they have a container, if you didn't purchase it, whoever delivered it has the slip, because it belongs to them.
Well,
If
you're
you
right,
purchase
too,
it, you
yeah.
have a bill of
Yeah,
sale.
that's true.
So there's a way of finding it out.
yes.
Okay.
But thankfully, it hasn't come up too many times, and I've been able to satisfactorily remediate the issues where it has thus far. But that definition will be very helpful for a few situations we have occurring.
Okay.
My only concern would be, are we putting this restriction in, and I say restriction, by putting this 180-day limitation in, would we be unduly impacting small businesses? Because I know there are several small businesses in town that use a Connex box for storage purposes for their business. So if they have to move that every 180 days, is it creating?
No,
They wouldn't be
they
able
would
to.
then just
They'd have to get rid of it.
Oh, they would have to get rid of
They
it.
would
Yeah.
have to, or if they want to keep it beyond the 180 days, then they just have to get a building permit application and
Put it on footers or
show that
whatever.
and show that it meets the setbacks and put it on something that's going to keep it stable.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's not saying they can't have them long term. It just
Okay.
prevents people from just
Parking them and leaving them and
yeah.
letting
The
them rot.
businesses
Yep.
the businesses haven't been the problem because the businesses, by and large around here, I have had minimal issue with businesses not
Okay.
being compliant. It's people that have discovered like pods, things like that, and they
Mm-hmm.
haven't brought in, and they drop them like 6 inches from the property line because they're not permitted. We
Right.
don't permit them.
Yeah.
And then the neighbors are calling me because, they can barely pull into their driveway because their driveway's on the property line and
Yep.
there's pods right there, and if it's slippery, they're gonna nail it.
If only people could put it in a place that's not seen,
Yeah.
like from the road or from a neighbor.
Or not directly on the neighbor's property
Right.
line. That would be, I'd be,
Those are a pain to move.
I'd be extremely appreciative if
Not
they
a
keep them
thumb
off
in
the
your eye
property line.
location.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
okay.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt these changes to our land use ordinance for consideration by the select board.
I will second that motion.
Okay, further discussion? Roll call. Les?
I'm in favor, yes.
Okay. Don?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Phil?
Yes?
And Rick?
Yes.
All right. So now that is going to the selectmen, and they get to vote on it.
Bet you guys never thought you'd see the end of it, huh?
Oh, no, it's not the end. This is just the
It's
cycle.
a work in progress. Yeah.
It's a work.
We're
It's
gonna start from scratch all over again.
Chapter one.
Yeah.
The end of this.
So the next meeting, we'll start discussing new amendments to the land use ordinance.
Oh,
Maybe we'll take
absolutely.
the next one off and do.
Oh no, it's gonna be on here.
It should be. It
Yeah.
really should be.
Yeah.
And we
So-
do have a few things to cover, so.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So moving forward is the second public comment.
It was brought to my attention by our esteemed member, Mr. Rick Rains, that one of his scouts is here to observe a public meeting in support of him pursuing his Eagle Scout. So would you mind coming up and just talking to us briefly and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Braden Lutke, and I'm with Troop 313. I'm in high school, and I'm a senior. My birthday is next week, and I plan on next year going to university.
Nice. What are you going to school for?
I applied to the University of Michigan for political science.
Nice.
And the University of Northern Michigan also for the same thing.
Awesome.
Braden, you want to tell them about your Eagle project?
Yes, so my project was I put up a new flagpole at the rec field, and it has a flower garden around it. It's right over at the rec field at the major field, right next to the scoreboard.
Very cool.
Very nice. Good
Well,
work.
thank you for your service to our
Thank
community, and good luck in your pursuit
Yeah.
to
Thank
become an
you.
Eagle Scout.
Looking
Thank you.
And happy birthday
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank
You're
you.
going to be 17, 18?
18.
18?
So,
Awesome.
time's
Nice.
ticking.
Good for you.
All right. Seeing no one else here, I'll close the public comment. Informational items.
Ours?
I have 2 brain cells in there.
That's it?
Dueling it out.
Yeah, they're in there going. I don't think there's a whole lot. I mean, the LUO stuff is going to go to the select board. We do, I've got to still work with Hannah on a staff level review committee thing. James has me looking into a couple other things with our ordinance. By and large, not a whole lot. I've had a rough
I got
month.
one thing. What is it? The 20th is our
Oh.
tour of the water district.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
I told you I've got 2 brain cells.
It's
man,
all right.
When they're duking it
That's
out.
this month, right?
Yes. Yeah, next week.
Oh, okay.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's it.
Tuesday?
Tuesday, I
Next
believe.
Tuesday?
Yes, Tuesday. What time?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
1600, okay. For all us military folks.
Can somebody send out an email reminder the day before for us slow kids that get busy?
I
Thank you.
will make sure we have another email.
Thank you.
reminder.
The day
And
before
I
the
don't feel so
holiday,
bad
so
because I
you
asked
can
Terry
get-
today
Oh,
if I missed
yeah.
it.
Monday's the holiday.
Oh, that's right. So
Yes.
it's
Day
Tuesday.
weekend.
So you get a day off,
Okay.
Phil.
Yeah. It's a day on.
Day on.
And do we have a meeting on the 29th with the selectmen? Are we? Dual
So
meeting?
I have to go there and discuss everything, but you guys don't have to
Oh,
go.
thank you, Mike.
Yep. Yep.
We love one for the team.
That's what the chair does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I don't think there's anything else.
Wow.
I mean, I got a new great niece.
Oh,
Congrats.
Maybe
Congratulations.
that was
Nice.
Positive for
Very cool.
Yeah,
change.
that's very cool.
My only good information.
Well, if there are no additional items for consideration from the esteemed Burgess Meeting Room in the depths of the Berwick Town Hall, I would make a motion that we adjourn.
And I will second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Good night.
Gentlemen.
Wow, record.
Terry's gonna be
Record.